Good morning, everybody. It's 11 o'clock. We'll wait a couple minutes, seconds before we start. So good morning and welcome to another episode of our GSA Magical Moments. I'm Miss Linda, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm super excited today to be here with you because it's Earth Day. And I know that you jumped on before and you saw Miss Erica. Hi, Baron. Good morning, Miss Alexa. So today is Earth Day, and it couldn't have worked out better because Earth Day is something that means a lot to me. Although it should be celebrated every day of the year. It's a good day for us just to have some reminders of what it means to help take care of the earth. Good morning, Patrick, Alex, and Mary. Hi, everybody. So I am excited to be here with you today and to talk a little bit about Earth Day. I know you've done some recycled projects this week with some of your other teachers. I tried to be outside, but it's very windy where I live all the time. So we tried to set it up and everything kept blowing, so we're inside, but that's okay. So we'll do the best we can because we do have a little bit of activity here for you to do with some soil. That's why I wanted to be outside, and some planting. So we'll make do and we can clean up whatever gets dirty after. It's fun to be messy. So today is Earth Day. So there's a story that I wanted to read that kind of reminds me a lot of my thoughts on the earth and taking care of our planet and animals. But it also reminds me a lot of how GSA, the GSA way, the way we say it, because at Garden State Academy, we all really work hard to do our part to help protect the earth and the animals, and plant a garden and do composting, and we really try to teach that to everyone. So this book is a little bit long, so I might picture read a little bit. Good morning, Miss Dory. So this book is called It's My Earth Too. Miss Alexa said, hi, Vivi. Say hi.
Hi.
My helper. She's always going to be my helper. We get rid of Vincenzo. How I can help the earth stay alive. Because did you know the earth is alive just like we're alive? So it needs all this tender, loving care just like you need when you need hugs and kisses to make you feel happy. The earth does too. And the way we do that is by taking care of it and not, polluting, which means, throwing trash or putting bad fumes into the air. So here's our story, written by Kathleen Krill, and it was illustrated by Melanie Hope Greenberg. And I finally figured out sideways. I still can't flip it with my phone. I Googled it. I know how to do every other phone except mine. It's my earth too. So let's think about all the ways they talk about helping the earth. So when we're done reading this story and you're at home, you can think of the little things that you can do too. So that's what we're going to read to find out today. So there's our earth. It's my earth too. The earth is where I live. It gives me air to breathe, water to drink, soil for growing my food, and animals to play with. It's my earth too. So that's everything the earth gives us. Everything we like to do every day. Oranges are juicy, and you can see here, it looks like a picture of a farm and an apple orchard. That's where our food comes from, the ground or a tree. Carrots are crunchy, lettuce is munchy. To get this food from earth to my stomach takes rays of sunshine, clean air blowing, streams of rain, and mounds of good soil. That's a lot of the earth's energy. So all these plants and fruits and veggies need all of that so they can grow. So we need to make sure we have clean air and clean water and good soil. And you can see here, they're cleaning up their trash. They're not going to let it blow all over. So that's something important we can do, is clean up the trash. Good morning, Miss Brittany. Good morning, Miss Sarah. Shh. Leaves whisper way above my head. Squirrels run up and down the tall trees. I wonder just how paper is made from trees. The paper things I use every day come from trees just like these. I know this book's a little bit loved. So you can see, did you know that paper comes from trees? So that's why it's important that we don't waste. There's books, paper that we write on, paper you do projects with, paper that things made out of, even paper plates. It's better to use reusable things instead of to waste. Only take what you need, because guess what lives in trees? Yeah, animals. We don't want to take their homes. What's that a picture of? One of my favorite places. It's the beach. A day at the beach. My toes squish in the wet sand. I dig deep to make a sandcastle. I jump and splash in the cool water. The hot sun, the wild waves, and me. Who loves to splash at the beach? I know I do. So we don't want our beaches to be dirty because we want to have a lot of fun at the beach.
I like this splashing.
Amazing, mysterious creatures live in the ocean. Friendly dolphins, gigantic whales, timid turtles, slithery fish. If I could ride them, where would we go? I hope they're around forever. So here are some of the amazing sea creatures that live in the sea. And there's many, many, many more. But we don't want the oceans to have a lot of plastic and trash because it's not good for the animals and it could hurt them. So we don't want to use a lot of plastic, or we want to reuse the way we've been showing you how to reuse recyclable materials. Cats, well, this is a pond. See, it's a little bit different than the ocean. It's like a little lake or a pond. And it's surrounded by trees. Cats keep my feet warm. Dogs bark and birds build nests. Spiders eat up some of the bad bugs. So I know if you were with me last week and I had the big tarantula picture, spiders are good and we don't have to be scared of them because they eat up some of the bad bugs, especially the ones that like to bite us, like mosquitoes. So here at my house, we save spiders. We put them outside.
Wait, didn't we see a spider this morning?
We did see a spider this morning. And I kind of just let him go because it was cold out. Earthworms help the earth grow fruits and vegetables. So see, everything down to the littlest, tiniest bug is very important for our earth. Fireflies light the way. Who likes to catch fireflies in the summer? But then you let them go. You can catch them and watch them glow a little bit. All animals, even little bugs, have a big job to do. So remember that. All the animals and bugs. So you can see here, there's pollution. So you can't really see pollution a lot. It's there though. And it comes from different things that, like cars and when we use electricity. So I know the air is there. Whoosh, it blows the paper on my desk. Whoosh, I ride through it on my bike. It cools me off. It smells good. But if there are too many cars, whoosh, the air smells stinky, right? We don't want to have stinky air. We want to have nice, fresh air. And that's what trees can help us do. It helps clean the air. So it's important, again, not to waste paper and cut down the trees. We don't want stinky air. Ooh, and look at this picture. So here's a different place. That's a little lake with some mountains, and it looks like a little waterfall. And it looks like people are fishing. Splish, splash, water in my bath. Drip, drop, water from the faucet. Water in the drinking fountain. Hooray for water! Without it, we'd always be dirty, sticky, and thirsty. That would make us crabby, mean, and sick. So it's very important to have clean water and not waste water. So when you're brushing your teeth, turn the water off. When you're washing the dishes, you turn the water off. We don't just let it run, because we don't want to be dirty, right? Or thirsty. It's important to drink a lot of water. And here's someone's house, and all the lights are on. There's TVs on, there's stuff cooking, so they're using a lot of energy. There's so many kinds of light: moonlight, starlight, sunlight, electric light in my room at night. Electricity makes things run, like TVs, radios, refrigerators. Too much of it can kill the flowers near places where the electricity is made. I want to light my room at night, but also keep the earth's gardens alive. So it's important to turn the lights off when you're not using them, and turn the TV off if you're not watching it. Orange butterflies. Can you see how pretty that picture is? Okay. Orange butterflies, red and blue birds, yellow bees. It's a rainbow of colors flying in the sky above. It makes me feel like flying whenever I watch them. So here's some butterflies and the bees, and they're called pollinators. So they go around. When I talked about butterflies last week, and they use their proboscis, and they drink nectar out of the flowers, and they help spread all the seeds of the flowers around. They pollinate to help things grow all over the world. So it's important to take care of them. And that's why we're going to plant some seeds today. A tiny seed in a cup of soil, a little water, a lot of sun. I wait and wait for it to grow. My carrot is growing up. So she started a little garden. And she has to wait and wait. Can you see it sprouted? So at GSA, we usually have our little seedlings sprouted, and then we plant them when it gets warmer outside in the garden, and then we eat them. Hi, Vicki. Hi, Grandma Kim. And once upon a time, my father had a shirt, and then he gave it to my brother. My brother gave it to me. I hope someday I can give it to someone. So that's called a hand-me-down, and we love hand-me-downs in my house. So you can reuse the clothes instead of just getting rid of them. And here's a recycling center where we recycle paper, plastic, glass, and metal. And it gets reused, broken down, and made into something else. It's my earth too. I hope that the air and water are always clean, that the soil is always good, and that the animals stay alive, that there's plenty of everything to go around. And we hope that as well, and we can all do our part to make sure that that happens so our earth is happy, and then we can be happy. So I'm not going to read through all of this, but it's some ideas of what you can do at home. So it's very important that we, help do our part. Every little tiny part helps too. So, and that's all year long, not just on Earth Day. So what Vivi and I were going to do, even though we're inside, might be a little messy. So we save a lot of stuff in our house. One of it's because I've been a teacher for so long, and I always save stuff to reuse. And then Vivi loves to do projects with anything that's around. So she's always doing projects with recycled stuff. And I know Miss Melissa did some, Miss Rachel, Miss Erica. So here's some egg cartons that we've had laying around. Some are colored. And what we're going to do is plant some seeds. So these, they can be cut. They can be cut or left like this. And then you put the seeds in with the soil and give it a little water. And we're not going to water inside right now. But this egg carton can be planted right into your garden. It's biodegradable, which means it melts away to nothing. And it's okay for the environment because it's made out of this cardboard. So okay. And one of them is Black-Eyed Susans. And they actually came from the Earth Day Festival last year. So these are good for our area, and they help the bees and the butterflies pollinate. So we're going to plant some of these. What else do we have? We have some stringless beans. And we have some lettuce. And we have some carrots. So the carrots and lettuce are huge in my house.
So we might have to put them outside right now.
Right. Well, so yep, we got to take care of them. We're going to put a little bit of dirt. I don't know if soil, if we can see this. Okay. So you don't need to really see me. So if Vivi, you want to help?
Yeah.
All right. So you could use spoons, whatever you have around your house. We're going to put a little bit of soil in. I'm going to end up using my hands because I don't care if I'm messy. So we're going to put a little bit of soil first in each one. You want to help? Go ahead. You can use your hands. Here, over here, a little bit. And then we're going to do the Black-Eyed Susans first. I'm trying to make this so, all right. And then you can sprinkle them on. I'll do the last two. Sprinkle them in. We're going to do just a little part down here because we're going to split them up. Go ahead, sprinkle some in.
Sprinkling stuff in.
There's no wrong way to do it. Get them in, get the soil on top. And then you got to give them, does anyone know what plants need to grow? Because they're living things. They need, do you know? I can't see any comments.
Is that good? I did 4 there.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, just a little bit more soil.
That's okay. Here, we're dumping them in. All right, and put some soil on top. Yes, they need soil. They need, what else to grow, Vivi?
Water,
They need water and sunlight. And there's one other thing. Love. They need some love.
Oh, I know this because
They
I
do.
wrote, something
All right, cover them all up. Don't be scared.
Whoa!
Pat them down a little bit, and then you put some water on top. We're not going to water because we're inside.
Do it
And then we'll
outside.
do one more. We won't do them all right now. Let's do some
Can we do
some beans. All right. He's going to do some beans. So
oh, they're
these
so
are,
big.
so
I
can
put
you show
one in
them the
each.
seeds? How they're different than the sunflower or the?
Oh.
So here, I'll show you these beans. These are. Can you see? So this is a bean, a string bean, and it's different. I should have showed you the other bean. They're different than the flower seeds.
Ew, I think there's a bug in the soil.
It's okay. They help us.
That's totally gross.
And then, if you can see here are the carrot seeds. Can you see how they're different than the bean seeds? These are really little. And the beans were kind of big. Beans remind me of Jack and the Beanstalk.
Oh, yeah.
So here, we planted our seeds. Are there any down here?
No, only in these 2.
All right, so do you want to do carrots down here? And then we'll call it a day.
Yay, what about the lettuce?
We'll do it later.
I want to do
We don't have to do everything.
Look at
Okay.
them. So, like...
So all the seeds look different, and we're going to water these, put a little bit of soil on top, and then we're going to keep them near where the sun shines. So we'll keep them outside as long as they don't blow. And maybe in a couple weeks when they sprout, I can show you what they look like. Okay? So let's remember that we are all very important helpers for our earth, and that it's very important that we all do our part.
I didn't do this one.
One more.
What should I put in there?
Doesn't matter. Whatever's open. We'll see what
Some
grows.
of the
Okay.
beans.
So I did have one more story, but I don't know how long this has been. So I'll read one more story real quick. All right. Because this has been a story we've been reading in my house for Vincenzo every day for the last month. So you can see, before I do that, sorry, I'm all over the place. Can you see? So this is what we have, and we're going to water it and give it some sunlight, and then we'll check on it in a couple weeks. We can check on it every week. All right, this will stay down. All right, so one more book. This is called Little Helpers. So all of you can be little helpers. And it's a favorite in our house right now. I may be just one little person, but what I do affects the world in a big way. And you can see they're riding bikes. They pack their lunch with reusable materials, so they're not just throwing everything away. And they're recycling.
I feel like I can memorize this book because I know just
when I plant a tree, an owl gets a new home. So you see, the mom and the little girl planted a tree. And you can see there's a bird living in the tree. Now my hands are dirty, but that's okay. And there's owls or búhos in Spanish, right? Living in a tree. So it's important not to hurt the trees, not to cut them down unnecessarily. Okay. When I pick up the trash on the beach, a crab has clean sand to crawl on. So you can see all the trash and they helped pick it up. So that's another important thing to do. Take all your trash with you. When I put a feeder in the backyard, the birds have food to eat. So maybe tomorrow we can make a bird feeder.
That would be cool.
Because there's so many things I want to do. There's too many. When I use a cloth grocery bag instead of paper, there are more trees for the bears to climb. So I know a lot of you probably do use reusable bags now. Calls today. Okay. When I plant new flowers in the garden, bees have more nectar to eat. So we just talked about that. We planted some seeds and you can see the bees. They're eating the nectar and then they go to another flower and they're pollinating, just like the butterflies. Well, we talked about this. When I turn off the faucet while brushing my teeth, there's more water for the fish in the rivers. So that's something really simple that you can do. When I reduce, reuse, recycle, there's more open land for the deer to run. So the kids are reusing things in their classroom. They're recycling. Because do you know when you throw your trash away, it just doesn't disappear. They take it and they put it in the dump. And then once it gets really full, they cover it. So that it doesn't really ever go away. When we all pitch in a little, it makes a big difference to our world. And you can see, whoops, you can see. Everyone's enjoying the park.
The park's so pretty.
Yep. So you are all little helpers. Okay, so that's it for today. We will be back tomorrow. So more magical moments at 10 and 11 tomorrow. And again on Friday. And don't forget, if you miss anything or if you want to go back and watch another episode, you can do that on our YouTube channel. And if you need 10 minutes to yourself and you want to put it on for your children so they could watch another story or do an activity, that's great too. And you could subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And we will be back tomorrow. So thank you all and happy Earth Day. Have a great day.